This week's edition of the Campus Edge marks a sad time here at Butler.
As the days get shorter and the temperature drops, we face the end of our classes and the semester.
I can't. I tried to be serious, but I just can't wait for winter break.
Until then, let's do another episode of the Campus Edge. We still have 2 more episodes to go before our break, but this edition introduces the winter season.
You mean Christmas, right?
Christmas for some, Hanukkah for others, and don't forget Kwanzaa, winter solstice, and of course, Festivus for the rest of us.
Think of all of our fellow men and women. We should be all-inclusive.
And what would be more inclusive than Botanica's Illuminations? Reporter Emily Jardin was sent to count each and every light used and filed this story.
I'm Campus Edge reporter Emily Jardin, and I'm here at the Botanica Gardens in Wichita for their Illuminations display, getting ready for November 24th.
It's very family friendly in that we have Santa here in the cottage. We have millions of lights, and what child doesn't like Christmas lights? There's something for everyone. We have our children's garden all lit up. There's always food and refreshments, hot cocoa and cookies and popcorn and funnel cakes and different things for the children to enjoy. So it's very much a family event.
There's mesh lights that are on the grass, and it will be set to music. Other things that's unique about setting up for this too is all of these lights that you see here, and then the luminaries that you see around, they can't be set up until the tulip bulbs are planted. And so we've been rapidly having what's called planting days for the tulip planting. Volunteers come in and they plant tulips, and then they are able to go ahead and put the luminaries down.
Illuminations is different in that it has grown over the years, so each year we try to have something memorable and different from the year before. We have definitely transformed from the incandescent lights to the LED lights, so that's a major change. And each year there's something just new and a little bit different.
It is definitely a family event, and it's a holiday tradition that many families have come to enjoy here in the Wichita, and people come from far and wide in order to see it. A lot of people don't know, but December is the most popular month to visit Botanica. We have over 70,000 visitors just during that period of time alone. So Illuminations is a huge event for Botanica. All of these flowers, this is the wildflower garden, and all of these flowers that you see here have been welded by one of our staff. We do have something new this year for people that might be interested in learning a little bit more about what goes into creating an event like this. So we are offering for the first time a behind-the-scenes Illuminations tour that will be starting from 4:30 to 5:30 before the gardens and the Illuminations event actually opens. It's open to groups of 5 or more with reservations in advance, and it's $25 per person. They have the chance to come in, get the behind-the-scenes look at the gardens being lit up, enjoy a refreshment and a guided tour of what goes into creating an event like this.
Come see the holiday magic for yourself. Botanica is open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. For BCTV Channel 20, I'm Emily Jardin.
I never knew it took so many volunteers to set up Illuminations each year.
And what would this time of year be without Christmas trees? Are you a real tree person or a fake tree person?
I love real trees, but hate going to the stores to pick one out. I can never find the right one.
You need to go to the Source, Pine Lake Christmas Tree Farm, hosted by your own Mo Adekoya. Takes a look.
Hi, I'm Campus Edge reporter Mo Adekoya, and right now I'm in front of the Pine Lake Christmas Tree Farm. Let's go check it out.
This started back in the late 70s. We had decided we wanted to move to an acreage rather than live in town. So we were fortunate enough to be able to buy this very beautiful acreage. However, these fields were wheat fields at that time, but we recognized that you couldn't grow enough wheat on 7 acres to make it financially feasible. So we took off the last wheat crop and decided to plant Christmas trees after that. When someone comes to visit our Christmas tree farm, generally speaking, they walk through the fields, or they may want to take a hayrack ride around the fields to get a general overview. After they get off the hayrack, or when they're walking and they see just the right tree, we have a crew that'll be out here in the field and someone will cut the tree for them. Very occasionally, they want to cut the tree themselves. If so, we'll hand them a saw and stand by to offer assistance if and when they ask for it. We have a few different types of trees. The traditional short needle tree, a Scotch pine, is the one just to my right. And as I said, that's the traditional short needle tree. In addition, we have a different kind of tree called a Virginia pine. This has slightly longer needles and it has soft needles. And it has a very, very nice fragrance. We also have a few of what's called Austrian pines, and their branches are a little further apart and they have longer needles. They're good if you use large ornaments that you want to have space so they can hang nicely. Well, other activities that people seem to enjoy in addition to the hayrack ride, is after their tree comes in, they seem to enjoy going into the barn where we have complimentary hot chocolate, cappuccino, and coffee. And we also have a big wood stove that keeps the barn warm. And they like to sit around the wood stove and visit and have their hot drink. They also like to look at the various items that we have offered for sale. We have everything from a very good sturdy tree stand to ornaments that we find as we travel and we bring them back. I try to find something unique and beautiful that you're not going to find around here. We have homemade wreaths and centerpieces. We make fresh wreaths and fresh centerpieces right here on the farm, and those are always nice for someone's home too.
My family and I have bounced around between different tree farms over the last 10 to 12 years, but we've been to this one numerous times. We've cut trees down here, probably 4 or 5 different occasions. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to go for scenery, for just the joy of the experience and quality trees.
And there you have it, Pine Lake Christmas Tree Farm. They're open November 9th and throughout the winter season. Make sure to come check it out. For Campus Edge, I am Mo Adekoya.
Trying to lose weight after Thanksgiving or just can't wait for more holiday treats? We'll have stories over both next on the Campus Edge.
Hi! Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert? Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
One thing that brings friends and family closer at this time of the year is food.
We all have our seasonal favorites, whether it's for Thanksgiving or a winter holiday.
Problem is, many tend to overindulge, and not everyone has the money to hire a personal weight coach.
I've got roommates that are still trying to lose the freshman 15.
For roommates and anyone else that needs help, here's my story that has the answers. Campus Edge reporter Zeb Campbell here with my sweats on, and no, not because I'm lazy, because I'm still stuffed from Thanksgiving. I'm going to show you how to lose a few pounds so you could shave it off for this next
coming holiday season. No, you're not going to turn into some Johnny Bravo overnight, but I'll help you shave a couple pounds. 1. Write down your goals. If you want to lose a couple pounds or just stay the same weight, you need to write it down. It becomes real and verifiable. So once Christmas rolls around, you can't change your mind. 2. Hit the water bottle. Cut down on pop and take some H2O. Most of the time we think we're just hungry, we're just thirsty. 3. Be moderate with your leftovers. Just because Grandma cooks a lot doesn't mean you have to take it home with you. Besides that, next time you go back, probably for Christmas, Grandma will want all of her Tupperware back. 4. Go to bed on time. It's a given that on your breaks from school, you stay up later than normal. But snap back into that routine because recent research shows that weight loss is tied to a regular sleep schedule. 5. Work out. I hate working out, can't you tell? But since Thanksgiving won, I guess I could give it a go. The first of our workouts would be pumpkin pie push-ups. Then we can move on to football tire runs. No tires, you can imagine though. Then some burpees. Serve the turkey squats. And finally ending in pilgrim Pilates. What have we learned? Write down your goals. Hit the water bottle. Be moderate with your leftovers. Have some fun with your workouts. And go to bed on time. I'm Campus Edge reporter Zeb Campbell, signing off.
So what did you think of my story?
I think that if I followed your advice, I can indulge in holiday foods without feeling guilty.
Not quite what I was going for, but I like the attitude.
Holidays mean nibble food all around the house. Campus Edge reporter Alexis Perry is here to show you a quick recipe for holiday success using the art of mime.
So your house is filled with out-of-town guests and you need to entertain them somewhere else. We have just the spots. Be sure to come back to the Campus Edge.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
I know the holidays can be stressful, especially if your house is filled with overnight guests.
Ben Franklin did say guests and fish smell after 3 days.
And our area is filled with great museums and entertainment. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, Wichita is billed as the air capital of the world. What could make a better choice than the Kansas Aviation Museum?
Reporter Karen Garza agrees with you, as our next story will provide.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Campus Edge. This is reporter Karen Garza and today I'm standing right outside of the Kansas Aviation Museum here in Wichita, Kansas. If you ever wonder why Wichita is the air capital of the world, then this is a place you want to pay a visit to. Let's go check it out.
The Kansas Aviation Museum is physically housed in what was the first municipal airport in Wichita. The building itself is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The building was dedicated in 1935. It was finished as part of the Works Progress Administration project because the city had actually run out of money and wasn't able to finish it on its own. In the 1940s, it was one of the busiest airports in America. In 1944, a takeoff or landing happened here every 90 seconds. The museum originally was part of a group known as WAHA, or Wichita Aeronautical Historical Association, who came in here in 1991. The building had been abandoned at that point for a long time, and so it was just in a horrible state of disrepair. And so volunteers came in and started renovating to the best of their ability for many, many years, and eventually WAHA became the Kansas Aviation Museum. The building itself is as much a part of Kansas and Wichita aviation history as is any of the pieces of aviation heritage that's contained within the building. Just such an integral part of everything that was done throughout the years in Wichita aviation, that it's just woven into the seam of Wichita aviation. Of course, it's out here by Spirit. It's next door to the McConnell Air Force Base. In the 40s and 50s and into the 60s, McConnell Air Force Base actually used this building as building one of their facility. So it was very much a part of what they did every day. And so this building is just an integral part of Wichita's aviation heritage. So many people, especially those that are from here, have some sort of an aviation background. But even those that aren't from here, those who have just are traveling through, that come in, have served in the military in some capacity. And they will come in and they will see things that remind them of something from their childhood, their past, or they'll see something and say, oh, I have an uncle or a parent or a grandfather or whomever that flew on this plane or that was in this particular company, worked in this company or whatever. And it seems as though something here almost always touches someone personally. We would like people to come with their family, with their friends, to just come out here and have a good time, because it is the kind of place where you can learn things, but it's not the kind of museum where you're going to just come out here and have to read all day on placards. It's a kind of place where you can come out and see some very interesting things, see some places and some items that you may remember and say, oh yeah, I know where that building was. And it just cause some conversation to start up between you and the people that you're with. And we want you just to enjoy it.
The Kansas Aviation Museum does not only teach you more about Wichita and how we earned the name of the air capital of the world, but it also allows you to connect with the past in a different way, almost mystical. If you are passionate about planes and also want to learn more about Wichita and the history behind Kansas, then this is a place I recommend you to visit. For BCTV 20, this was reporter Karen Garza.
Museums are a great place, and not just during the holidays.
I agree, but sometimes I'm looking for lighter entertainment.
Nothing's lighter than laughter, and Wichita has a great place for it.
It's called the Loony Comedy Club, and Marbella Gonzalez knows all about it.
I'm Campus Edge reporter Marbella Gonzalez, and today we've come to look at one of Wichita's oldest comedy clubs. Let's go take a look.
The Loony Bin opened originally at 21st and Woodlawn back in January of 2000, and now we've been down here since March of 2013. So we got our special events. Like we have several throughout the year. Valentine's Day is a big day for us. New Year's Eve is a big day for us. Around December and late November and stuff, we do a lot of holiday parties for companies and Christmas parties or just groups and charity, you know what I mean, all those kinds of things.
I've been doing stand-up here at the Loony Bin for 3 years. I do open mics as well as I do MC work for some of the shows. My favorite part about being a comedian is definitely being the center of attention. There's nothing I like more than people laughing and just kind of cheering me on and getting that kind of gratification. Right now at the Loony Bin, and every fall we have the Wichita's Funniest Person contest. It is an 8-week competition. We have 6 weeks of qualifying rounds where each week 3 comedians get through to the semifinal rounds, and they get through by audience applause. So you have 10, 12, 15 people go up and 3 people get up and advance to the semifinals each of those 6 weeks. So in the semifinals, you have 18 total people. And those people will get through the judges' cards. There'll be 8 people that get through on judges, and they let 4 wild card people through by audience applause. So that leaves you with 12 people, and it's always the Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, is the finals. It's a big night here. The place always sells out, and it's a huge honor to be Wichita's Funniest Person. So of those 12 people, judges will select just one person, and they'll be Wichita's Funniest Person. I definitely come here and watch a lot of comics, because every week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there is comics here that come from out of town and perform. And that's kind of like the next level where us open micers, you know, they want to get to. They want to be traveling comics. So coming out here and watching these guys who are professionals perform is just a huge learning place to learn. And then other than that, you know, you can watch stand-up comedy on TV or the internet anywhere nowadays, but watching it live, there's nothing else like watching it live.
What you understand about stand-up comedy, like what you see on TV or hear on somebody's album per se, is not what you're going to get here. This is a live show. Sometimes it's kind of always the same because the comedians kind of have the material they do, but no show is ever exactly the same as another one because you have the live audience there that kind of sets a tone, you know what I mean? What kind of material they want to hear. If there's somebody who heckles, or somebody who thinks they need to be a part of it, or if there's a big birthday party, sometimes they try to pull attention to themselves. So live comedy is just, it's a beautiful thing. Like, you'll see things in here you'll never get to see again, because those situations can't repeat themselves. Like, it's one of my favorite things about comedy is you never know. You know, that's the beauty of live entertainment. I wish more people, there's shows every year where there'll be a comic in here who's so good, and I'll look around at some empty chairs and be like, I just feel bad that somebody is missing this amazing show. You know what I mean? It's just, it's nothing like anything else. Everything else is so scripted. Plays are scripted. You know what I mean? And there's a part of this that's always in the moment. And that's what makes it the most unique, and I think the most entertaining thing around.
Come out and support your local comedy scene here at the Loony Bin. For BCTV 20, I'm Marbella Gonzalez.
That's our last story for this episode, but certainly not the last episode of the semester.
Our next 2 shows will include audience favorites and some stories that didn't get a chance to air earlier.
For all of our fans, you can see this episode again weekdays at 11 a.m. or see previous shows at 6:30 p.m. on BCTV Channel 20.
Or you can check them all out on our YouTube channel, Butler Student Media.
This has been
The Campus Edge.